Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I want to share with you my custom painted RG Epyon kit. Now, this is one of those rare occasions where right after building the kit and doing my review, I just feel that immediate urge where I want to just go ahead and just paint it straight away rather than chucking it back in the box and it going to the never forever backlog there where it's maybe someday going to be painted, maybe. But I just want to give you guys a look around this kit and talk a little bit about it. It was a fun kit to paint. It's been a while since I've painted an RG kit, and I remember some of the pros and cons now of painting RGs. Like, for one, you have all those little teeny tiny parts which are fine, well enough to paint, but they can be difficult because there's kind of like not any good place to clip your alligator clip onto. But you have a lot of really great detail and a lot of really great color separation, especially with this one. The color separation on it was so nice. And the whole kind of concept for the color scheme, where I got the idea originally, was just because when I was first working on the kit, just getting it prepped, ready for the review, my kids saw the box and asked me, "Is that an evil Gundam?" And I just thought that was kind of interesting that just by, just seeing the design of the Gundam, they just kind of made the inference that it was an evil Gundam for some reason. And I just got to thinking, what would it look like if it was painted in a more kind of heroic sort of color scheme? Would it still have that evil kind of look to it? And so I wanted to paint it in a just kind of more sort of realistic color scheme. So at first I was thinking something along the lines of like the Delta Plus, the Zeta Plus, kind of one of these grayscale color schemes. And then I eventually decided that something along the lines of like the Shinanju Stein, I think, would be a nice color scheme to try to adapt here to the Epyon. So that was the inspiration for the color scheme. And then, as you can see maybe from some of the decals as well, that was also inspired by the Shinanju Stein, with it having kind of that Verka sort of looking aspect to the designs with the red accents, which I think are very helpful to break up some of just the kind of bluish tinted grayscale color scheme for this. Also, on the note of tinting, I did do all the panel lining on this with a mixture of purple and gray. So I mixed up a custom color there for the panel lining for it to be purplish in color. And it's not going to be all that noticeable, but it is going to add a nice little bit of color to the panel lining there as well, more so than just using just like plain black or something like that. And then for the decals, if you guys hadn't heard that, here at USA Gundam Store, we have these waterslide decal sets for this kit that are going out for free with everybody who pre-orders the kit, which the decals are here. The kits have not quite yet arrived yet. So those of you guys who have pre-ordered the kit from USA Gundam Store and you're wondering why you don't have yours yet, the kits have not arrived from Bandai here yet. So we're still waiting for the kits. Anybody who pre-orders will get these waterslide decals for free with that kit. And I wanted to use the decals on this kit, but unfortunately the color didn't quite work, because putting the decals on, because they're like a grayish color, you basically couldn't see the decal at all against my gray colors. On some of the areas where I have the dark navy blue, I did use some of the decals from the set, so I did use a handful of them. But most of the decals that you're seeing are actually from a set of decals for the RG New Gundam. And that's why you'll also see a couple of Anaheim Electronics logos on there, and also the Londo Bell marking on the front of the shoulder there. So it wasn't really intentional, but it ended up working out quite well as not a very good, but a decent example of a build that could be entered into the current contest that we have ongoing at the moment, the UC versus AU contest, where you're supposed to take a mobile suit from one universe and model it in a way to make it look like it's from the alternate universe. So in this case, it'd be something from Gundam Wing with Epyon, and making it look like it's from the UC universe here with a much more kind of UC looking color scheme, and then obviously the markings and everything. So it's a very, very basic way to go about the contest theme, and it probably wouldn't win with it being as basic as it is, but it is in this case hopefully a somewhat good illustrative example of what you can do for this contest. So yeah, other than that, pretty straightforward with this. I didn't do any custom modification to it at all. I just had to clean up some of the mold lines and a couple little bits here and there as far as cleanup on it, and then it was just painting it. I will have the exact colors that I use for the painting listed in the video description below if you guys are interested, but it's just all mostly Mr. Hobby colors for that, except for the chest vents were in a little bit brighter white color, and that was a Gaia Notes paint. But other than that, it's all Mr. Hobby. And then I talked about the decals, I talked about the panel lining for this. It's been a while since I've done a custom color for panel lining, and that's always fun because it does give you a bit more creativity with your panel lining as an accent color, sort of, in a way. on the kit. So it's something that's not like immediately apparent on every single section, but you can kind of catch little glimpses of that purple here and there. And I think it just makes for a kind of a nice little accent in the same way that the colors of the decals can work as an accent color as well. So it's a pretty awesome kit, and I can highly recommend it for you guys. It's definitely a little bit smaller. So if you have, as I mentioned in the review, and you guys can check out the full review if you haven't seen that already, but as I mentioned in the review, I mean, there are a number of quite small parts for this, so if you have an issue with that, I mean, you might find it a bit more challenging. But even for someone like me with quite large hands, you know, I was able to manage it and I was able to get it painted and everything. And some of those really teeny tiny decals as well, I mean, can get kind of challenging. I feel like my eyes were strained a bit, but ultimately, at the end of the day, I think it came out looking pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. And like I said, it wasn't meant to be any sort of like big custom project with a lot of crazy modifications or anything like that. Just a fun painted project. I enjoyed the kit. I felt like I wanted to try out a custom color scheme on it. And here's how it came out. So you guys can let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think about this? How it came out? What do you think about the colors that I used? And are you excited for the kits? And did seeing this video here of my custom painted one inspire you to get the kit where maybe you weren't necessarily too excited about it? Now maybe seeing a custom painted one makes you a bit more excited to pick up the kit. That happens to me sometimes, and that's why I'm asking you guys, because sometimes I won't really necessarily feel too excited about an upcoming release, and then it comes out and I'll see somebody's really awesome custom build and I'll think, oh yeah, I want to try that. And then I'll want to pick up the kit and try it out for myself. So let me know what you guys think. And of course, if you guys want to pre-order the kit, as again, at the moment, they're still on the way, but they should be arriving very soon. If you guys want to pre-order it here at USA Gundam Store, there will be a link down the video description. And like I said, you can get those water slide decals for free, which is awesome. So definitely check that out if you guys want. And as always, guys, thank you so much for all of your support. Hopefully you enjoyed taking a look at this custom build here today. I'll be working on some more custom build stuff here in the very near future. So I know some of you guys were looking forward to seeing me working on some more custom build stuff again. I haven't been working on too much of it in the last little bit here, but there will be some more coming up very soon, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not subscribed to make sure you don't miss anything, of course, and liking the video and commenting is always greatly appreciated. So thank you guys so much. Till next time, hope you guys all have a great day. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.